Effects of urbanization. Urbanization is a population shift from rural to urban areas and the ways in which society adapts to the change. It predominantly results in physical growth of urban areas, be it horizontal or vertical. The United Nations projected that half of the world's population would live in urban areas at the end of 2008. It is predicted that by 2050, about 64% of the developing world and 86% of the developed world will be urbanized. Urbanization is relevant to a range of disciplines including geography, sociology, economics, urban planning, and public health. The phenomenon has been closely linked to modernization, industrialization, and the sociological process of rationalization. Urbanization can be seen as a specific condition at a set time or as an increase in that condition over time. So, urbanization can be quantified either in terms of the level of urban development relative to the overall population or as the rate of which the urban proportion of the population is increasing. Urbanization is not merely a modern phenomenon but a rapid and historic transformation of human social roots on a global scale, whereby predominantly rural culture is being rapidly replaced by urban culture. Village culture is characterized by intimate relationships and communal behavior, whereas urban culture is characterized by unfamiliar relations and competitive behavior. This unprecedented movement of people is forecast to continue and intensify in the next few decades, mushrooming cities to sizes unthinkable only a century ago. There are many effects of urbanization which include economic effects, health effects, and social effects. It also includes a lot of environmental effects. Economic effects. As cities develop, effects can include a dramatic increase in change in costs, often pricing the local working class out of the market, including such functionaries as employees of the local municipalities. In many cases, the rural urban low skilled or unskilled migrant workers attracted by economic opportunities in urban areas cannot find a job and afford housing in cities and have to dwell in slums. Urban problems along with infrastructure developments are also fueling suburbanization trends in the developing nations, though the trend of core cities in said nations tend to continue to become ever denser. Urbanization is often viewed as a negative trend, but there are positives in the reduction in expenses in commuting and transportation while improving opportunities for jobs, education, housing, and transportation. Living in cities permits individuals and families to take advantage of the opportunities of proximity and diversity. While cities have a greater variety of markets and goods than rural areas, infrastructure congestion, monopolization, high overhead costs combine to make marketplace competition harsher in cities than in rural areas. As city populations grow, they increase the demand for goods and services of all kinds, pushing up prices of these goods and services as well as the price of land. As land price rise, the local working class may be priced out of the real estate market and pushed into less desirable neighborhoods, a process known as gentrification. Gentrification refers to shifts in an urban community lifestyle and an increasing share of wealthier residents and or businesses and increasing property values. Further steps are increased investments in the community by real estate development business, local government or community activists in more economic development, increased attractivity of businesses and lower crime rates. In addition to these potential benefits, gentrification can lead to population migration. In a community undergoing gentrification, the average income increases. Poorer pre-gentrification residents who are unable to pay increased rents or property taxes are forced out. There are some positive and negative impacts of gentrification. Some of the positive effects are higher incentive for property owners through the rent of property earns. Stabilization of declining areas increases property values, which in turn increases returns on investment. Increased consumer purchasing power, increased disposable income, increased local revenues, increased social mix, increased developmental activities, development of infrastructure, increased hygiene. Some negative effects of gentrification are displacement of people due to increasing rents and price increase, increased inflation, loss of affordable housing, unsustainable speculative property price rise, increased cost and changes to local services, loss of social diversity as gentrification pushes the poor out of the place. Let us now look at the environmental effects. The phenomenon of urban heat islands has become a growing concern. Incidence of this phenomenon as well as concern about it has increased over the years. An urban heat island is formed when industrial and urban areas are developed, resulting in greater production and retention of heat. A large proportion of solar energy that affects rural areas is consumed by the evaporating water from vegetation and soil. In cities where there is less vegetation and exposed soil, the majority of sun's energy is absorbed by urban structures and asphalt. Hence, during warm daylight hours, less evaporative cooling in cities result in higher surface temperatures than in rural areas. Vehicles and factories release additional city heat, as do industrial and domestic heat and cooling units. As a result, cities are often 1.8 to 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 1 to 3 degrees centigrade warmer than surrounding landscapes. Impacts also include reducing soil moisture and a reduction in reuptake of carbon dioxide emissions. In July 2013, a report was issued by the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. However, warns that with an additional 2.4 billion people by 2050, the amount of food produced will have to be increased by 70%, straining food resources, especially in countries already facing food insecurity due to the changing environmental conditions. The mix of changing environmental conditions and the growing numbers of people living in urban areas, according to UN experts, will strain basic sanitation system, healthcare, and potentially cause a humanitarian and environmental nightmare. Air pollution is another environmental effect. In urbanized areas, air pollution is the introduction of particulates, biological molecules, or other harmful materials into the Earth's atmosphere, possibly causing disease, death to humans, damage to other living organisms such as food crops or the natural or built environment. The atmosphere is a complex natural gaseous system that is essential to support life on the planet Earth. Stratospheric ozone depletion due to air pollution has been recognized as a threat to human health as well as to Earth's ecosystems. According to the 2014 WHO report, air pollution in 2012 caused the deaths of around 7 million people worldwide. Growth in the world's population and increased urbanization. Increased population and urbanization, both of which are expected to continue, and the failure of governments to instill a sense of urgency for water conservation practices have led to overuse of natural water systems. Urbanization leads to number 1, habitat loss, degradation, and fragmentation. It also leads to degradation and loss of water resources, degradation of air quality, heat island effect as discussed above, greenhouse gas emission, and global climatic change. Habitat loss, degradation, and fragmentation are some of the most direct impacts of development on previously undeveloped land. Construction of new buildings, roads, and other infrastructure often destroys native vegetation. landscaping in the remaining open spaces with new lawns and non-native plants often cannot serve the same ecological functions as the vegetation it replaces. In addition to direct habitat loss, development often fragments habitat, isolating patches of natural areas with surrounding buildings and roads. Loss of forests. Forests are important ecosystems. Among the many ecosystem services they provide are helping to regulate the global carbon cycle and hence the rate of global climate change and conserving soil and water resources. Water supply originates on forested land, developed areas, even those developed at relatively low densities, thus fundamentally change the food and other resources available to species in an ecosystem. In plants and animals, species diversity declines with increases in the amount of impervious surface, road density, time since development, human population density and building density. Water quality issues that relate to urban development. Population growth. Increased growth of population demands for more and more potable water. Depleting groundwater resources and ever-increasing demand brings in scarcity of water. Water is then recycled and reused in urban areas. Erosion and sedimentation. Deforestation in order to build infrastructure and housing leads to soil erosion. Nitrogen and phosphorus pollutants pollute surface water. Sewage overflows, which gets mixed with water sources, spreads communicable diseases. Waterborne pathogens due to unhealthy living conditions in densely populated cities can even cause an epidemic. Industrial pollutants. Harmful industrial pollutants let off into running water destroys to aquatic ecosystem as well as affects humans who consume that water. Degradation of air quality. Climate change. The activities of the transport industry release several million tons of gases each year into the atmosphere. These gases include lead, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxides, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, silicon tetrafluoride, benzene and volatile compounds. Heavy metals such as zinc, chrome, copper and cadmium and particulate matters such as ash and dust. There is an ongoing debate to what extent these emissions are linked to climate change and the role of anthropogenic factors. Some of these gases, particularly nitrous oxide, also participate in depleting the stratospheric ozone layer, which naturally screens the Earth's surface from ultraviolet radiation. It is also relevant to underline that climate change also has a significant impact on transportation systems, particularly infrastructure. Highway vehicles, marine engines, locomotives and aircrafts are the sources of pollution in the form of gas and particulate matter emissions that affect the air quality, causing damage to human health. An urban heat island is a metropolitan area that is significantly warmer than its surrounding rural areas due to human activities. The temperature difference usually is larger at night than during the day and is more apparent when winds are weak. Urban heat island is most noticeable during the summer and winter. The main cause of the urban heat island effect is from the modification of land surfaces which use materials that effectively store shortwave radiation. Global warming and climate change. Global warming and climate change both refer to the observed century-scale rise in the average temperature of the Earth's climate system and its related effects. Multiple lines of scientific evidence show that the climate system is warming. Warming was being caused by increasing concentrations of greenhouse gases produced by human activities. Global warming has been detected in a number of natural systems. Anthropogenic forcing has likely contributed to some of the observed changes, including sea level rise, changes in climate extremities such as the number of warm and cold days, declines in Arctic sea ice extent and to glacial retreat. us now look at the health effects of rapid urbanization. Health challenges, particularly evident in cities, relate to water, environment, violence and injury, non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, cancer, diabetes and chronic respiratory diseases, unhealthy diets and physical inactivity, harmful use of alcohol, as well as the risks associated with disease outbreaks. City living and its increased pressures of mass marketing, availability of unhealthy food choices, and accessibility to automation and transport all have an effect on the life cycle that directly affects health. In the developing world, urbanization does not seem to translate into a significant increase in life expectancy. Rapid urbanization has brought increased mortality from non-communicable diseases associated with lifestyle, including cancer and heart disease. Differences in mortality from contagious diseases vary depending on the particular disease. While urbanization is associated with improvements in public hygiene, sanitation, and access to healthcare, it also entails changes in occupational, dietary, and exercise patterns. It can have mixed effects on health patterns, elevating some problems and accentuating others. For instance, in children, urbanization is associated with a lower risk of undernutrition but a higher risk of overweight. Overall, body mass index and cholesterol levels increase sharply with national income and the degree of urbanization. Easier access to junk food may lead to less healthy dietary patterns. In India, prevalence of diabetes in urban areas appear to be more than twice as high as in rural areas. In general, major risk factors for chronic diseases are more prevalent in urban environments. An individual's exposure to certain cardiovascular disease risk factors, which include tobacco use, physical inactivity, obesity, and unhealthy diets, inadequate nutrition, is highly influenced by their socio-economic status and the environment in which they live. Poverty, lack of education, and unplanned urbanization can increase exposure to risk factors and in turn have a negative impact on the heart health. Within this, children are particularly impacted due to their unique vulnerabilities. The negative impacts of urbanization, especially on cardiovascular health. Cities in developing countries are urbanizing at a rapid rate without much foresight. This has led to creation of cities with unequal distribution of goods, with some areas having insubstantial housing conditions and low access to healthcare services. Healthy foods, and safe, green places for outdoor activities that are free of environmental toxins and pollutants. Crowded city living environments can spread diseases such as rheumatic fever, if left untreated, can cause rheumatic heart disease. Considering the major CVD risk factors, city dwellers are more likely to be exposed to marketing schemes and advertisements for unhealthy food, tobacco, and alcohol. Cities tend to have higher levels of particulate matter air pollution, exposure to which increases the risk for developing and dying from cardiovascular disease. Impact of urbanization on physical inactivity. Built urban environments may discourage physical activity and encourage sedentary habits. Television and video games discourage children from outdoor physical activities and makes life more sedentary. Lack of safe green spaces within cities, particularly the low-income areas, hinders the ability to be physically active outside. The impact of urbanization on under and overnutrition. Urbanization encourages individuals to forego traditional cooking and substitute to prepared and heavily processed convenience food that are often high in sugar, salt, saturated and trans fats, leading to an increase in the cardiovascular disease risk. Gaining calories from sugar and fats has become cheaper and more accessible than fruits, vegetables, grains, beans or lentils. 8 million overweight children are living in developed countries. Undernutrition is also found in urban settlings, especially in areas of extreme food insecurity. Exposure to undernutrition during infancy, childhood, and adolescence may negatively affect cardiovascular health in adult life. Obesity. The change in lifestyle has contributed to the problem of obesity, believe the experts. Syndrome X, a genetic disorder caused due to obesity, has come into light, leading to diabetes, hypertension, and the failure to lose weight. The incidence of this problem is more prevalent in urban areas. Over 472 million people will be diabetic by the year 2030, out of which every fifth person will be an Indian. International Diabetic Association have traced out certain genetic ways for the long-term control of diabetes and special drugs for better management of various complications faced. And to keep the problem at bay, regular exercise of 45 to 60 minutes for at least 5 days a week can help in getting rid of various ailments. The factors that contribute to low back pain are sedentary lifestyle, sitting work, minimal physical activity, lifting of heavy weights, or overstretching causing sprain, strain or spasm in the muscles or ligaments of the lower back. Weight gain during physical stress, inappropriate sitting and standing postures, and poor sleeping position adds to the lower back pain. A few social changes that have occurred because of urbanization. Recent developments such as intercity redevelopment schemes means that new arrivals in cities no longer necessarily settle in the center. In some developed regions, the reverse effect, originally called counter-urbanization, has occurred, with cities losing population to rural areas and is particularly common for richer families. This has been possible because of improved communications and has been caused by factors such as fear of crime and poor urban environments. It has contributed to the phenomenon of shrinking cities experienced by some parts of the industrialized world. When the residential area shifts outward, this is called suburbanization. A number of researchers and writers suggest that suburbanization has gone so far to form new points of concentration outside the downtown, both in developed and developing countries such as India. This networked, polycentric form of concentration is considered by some emerging patterns of urbanization. Rural migrants are attracted by the possibilities that cities can offer, but often settle in shanty towns and experience extreme poverty. Most of the urban poor in developing countries able to find work can spend their lives in insecure, poorly paid jobs. According to research by Overseas Development Institute, pro-poor urbanization will require labor-intensive growth supported by labor protection, flexible land use regulation, and investments in basic services. Now, what can the cities do to meet these challenges? 1. They can promote urban planning for healthy behaviors and safety. Number 2, improve urban living conditions, including access to adequate shelter and sanitation for all. Number 3, involve communities in local decision making. Number 4, ensure cities are accessible and age friendly. Number 5, make urban areas resilient to emergencies and disasters. Number 6, plan for future infrastructure and resources need. Number 7, use environmental friendly materials as much as possible. Recycle and reuse. Judicially use non-renewable resources and plant a tree for every tree that is cut. With this, we come to the end of the impacts of urbanization, covering environmental impacts, health impacts, and social impacts. Thank you.